Good morning, Raptor freaks. Lexi out here, and it is Sunday, and the Raptors on play the Celtics today at Scotiabank Arena, and I've got a preview for it. And I'm going down the game. I've got my City Edition jersey on, so I'm ready to rep with what the Raptors are wearing today. It is a City Edition game today at Scotiabank Arena, just so y'all know. So they'll be wearing these ones today. Pretty cool. Yeah, I got the latest lineup news. I got the ref report. I got all the stuff you depend on me for in the morning on a preview game. And yeah, let's get to it right now. All right, let's go right to it. Now, late last night, there was news from The Athletic saying that Emmanuel Quickly is questionable for today's game due to sickness, guys. So he's ill, and it looks like Emmanuel may not be playing today. So just so y'all know, I would speculate with Emmanuel possibly not being available today, that Shed will start, and that they'll probably maybe call up Chucky and Elijah, and or somebody like one of those two, and we'll maybe see Chucky Hepburn today against the Celtics. Again, another Sunday in a row where he played against the Knicks last week. Well, maybe Elijah Martin's getting his debut in the NBA today, because it looks like Emmanuel's out. Emmanuel may be out. He's not the only one. Of course, RJ is still out for today. They've officially said. We're still hoping that maybe he can be ready for Tuesday against the Knicks in a very important game then. Baji should be back because I think he had his kid. So Abaji had a daughter, I guess, just like Luca did in the last few days. And I think that he's not listed anymore. So Oshai Abaji should be back in the lineup. And then the other injury news for the Raptors is Jamison Battle. He kind of twisted his ankle on the game on Friday. And, well, he's going to go ahead and be doubtful for today due to his ankle. So Jamison is doubtful. So will we be starting possibly? Well, like I said, Shed should start since Quickly's out. If Quickly's out, Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, Jakob Pertl, and Jacoby Walter, maybe. I don't know. Jacoby maybe not starting. Instead, Grady Dick or Colin Murray Boyles. Who knows? But yeah, that's what we're looking at. Emmanuel's sick, so it could very well be Emmanuel's not playing today, guys. On the other side of things, the Celtics are extremely healthy, other than Jason Tatum. Every single person is here and available for the Celtics, other than their star, Jason Tatum, who is, of course, out for most of the season. And, well, they're starting Peyton Pritchard, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jordan Walsh, and Nemes Keita. That's right. Jordan Walsh, the former Maine Celtic G League two-way for the Celtics, has risen as a player for them in recent weeks and has been a very active player. He's an interesting guy, very interesting scorer. So Jordan's been starting lately. I look at the depth chart and I don't see Chris Boucher listed at all at this point, guys. This is how much he's fallen off with playing for them. And he's not listed even in the depth chart, not even the fourth or fifth spot at center or power forward. That's crazy. So the Celtics are the starting lineup I just mentioned: Pritchard, White, Brown, Walsh, and Keita. They also have Anthony Simons coming off the bench, Baylor Shearman, Hugo Gonzalez, Sam Hauser, Josh Minott, Xavier Tillman, Max Shulga, Luke Garza, and Amari Williams. And that's basically the rotation. And Chris is on the team, but he's not coming in the game at all. And now the Celtics started a little rough at the beginning of their season with 3 losses right away, and they were 500. A lot of the beginning of the season losing record. At one point, they were even 5-7, so they've been kind of like up and down. But since they were 5-7, they've gone on a little tear where they've won 9 games and lost 2. So now they're at 14-9. So they're much better record. And they did just beat the Lakers on Friday night. So yeah, they're on a 4-game winning streak right now with wins over Cleveland, New York, Washington, and the Lakers. So yeah, this is gonna be a tough task today. An early afternoon game. The game will be at 3:30, which is not a horrible time. It's better than noon. And it'll be an afternoon game. And this is part of the reason why I can go to this game, because I can drive back at a decent time after the game. So, my dad and I are going to drive down to the Scotiabank Arena, and we're going to go to this game. And I'm going to get loud, and I'm going to do my best to help the Raptors beat the Celtics today, guys. I'm going to do my best. So there's your latest lineup news. Quickly is the big news. So it looks like he's sick, and he may not be playing. All right, let's go see with the refs. The refs, it's really interesting. I had a feeling we were going to have one of these refs, and we did. It's really crazy. I don't know. I have that insight. I have that foresight. It's so strange. I don't know how I do it. But yeah, the replay center will have Brett Nansel, Josh Tiven, and Musa Dagger. And on site here in Toronto today, it's really weird. All three of the refs have a 500 record with the Raptors for today's game. Every single one of them was 500. It's crazy. And one of them, I had a flash on 10 minutes before they actually released the refs this morning, which was like 5 minutes ago, guys. They released the refs and I immediately do the ref report. And this stuff just came out like in the last 10 minutes. So I had a flash on Scott Twardowski. And well, he's one of our refs today. It's so weird. It's so weird. Like 15 minutes before the refs came out, I was thinking about Scott Twardowski for some reason. It was just in my head. And then all of a sudden, he's one of our refs today. It's very strange. So our crew chief today will be John Goebel, the older Goebel brother from Miami, Florida, 19th season, number 10. His favorite movie is The Godfather. He likes hip-hop music, salsa, and reggaeton music. His favorite meal is a skirt steak, black beans, and rice and fried plantains. His favorite app is Amazon. Gross. He'd most like to visit Australia. His hidden talent is Cuban coffee barista. This is the second game he's ref for us this year. We did lose the first game he refed for us this year. So we lost the game. And well, Scott, John Goebel is his officiating experience includes 4 seasons in the NBA G League, where he was selected to work the 2007 finals. He also refereed in several collegiate conferences, including Conference USA, the SEC, and Sun Belt. So yeah, Goebel, as I said, all the refs are 500 with us today. He was above 500 until the last game that we had with him where we lost, and now he's even 500. And meanwhile, the Celtics have a very, very nice 62% winning percentage with him. So 50-62 for the Celtics with the crew chief, John Goebel. In fact, the 2 senior refs today are absolutely Celtic lovers, guys. And it sucks, man. It sucks. This crew is very heavily favored for the Celtics, just so y'all know. The second ref is Scott Twardowski, and he does have a 500 record with us also. Number 52 out of Washington State in his 15th season. His favorite TV show is Shrinking. He likes the book. Hang on a sec. My screen just popped out all the way. Where are you? He likes the book Core 52. He likes to eat steak and mushrooms. His favorite app is Telestrations. He'd most like to visit Norway and photograph the Northern Lights. And he has a hidden talent with landscape and astrophotography. In addition to his work in professional leagues, Twardowski refereed college basketball games for 12 years in the Big 12, Big Sky, Pac-12, and West Coast conferences. He also has 10 years of high school officiating experience. So far this year, we've had Scott twice, and we won both the games. So we're 2-0 with Scott Twardowski this season so far to make it up to 500 because we were below 500 with him, and he's made it up to 500 now. So we're 50%, and the Celtics win 67% of their games in Scott Twardowski's career. So, yeah, it's 50-67 for the Celtics with the second ref, Scott Twardowski. So, yeah, this is bad. Both those refs are really, really high percentages with the Celtics. The third ref is a ref who's never refed the Raptors ever before, and he's never refed the Celtics ever before. So he's a clean 500, a 0-0 for both of us. 0-0, 0-0. This is a rookie ref. Biniam Maru, number 94 in his first season out of Chicago, Illinois. His favorite TV show is Martin. He likes the movie Inception. He likes to listen to DMX. His favorite book is The Millionaire Next Door. He likes to eat sushi. His favorite app is ESPN, and he most like to visit Ethiopia. I think that's he has roots from Ethiopia, Biniam. So Biniam Maru is in his first season as an NBA staff official. As a non-staff official, he officiated 2 regular season games in both the 2023, 2024, and 2024-2025 seasons. Yeah, he hasn't refed every team yet, and he will ref us and the Celtics for the first time today. So 0-0 is the split even between the Raptors and the Celtics in the history of Biniam Maru, which is starting today with both teams. So, yeah, not a good ref crew for the Raptors in some ways today, guys. Things in some ways it's looking kind of tough. The things that we've got in our favor are home court and a loud crowd like me that's coming down there to make it real loud and trying to help the team. Now we're missing some key guys, which is not good. We really do need RJ back, and having Emmanuel out may not help anything. We'll just have to see how that look goes. In some ways, that means maybe we're going to have to lean on number 3 a little bit more. Maybe Scotty's going to have to do a little bit more. Maybe Grady, Jacoby, some of those guys are going to have to step up a little bit more because they haven't been stepping up enough off the bench. So, yeah, we're going to need these Raptors all hands on deck in this one because the Celtics are playing very well, and they've got 2 refs that absolutely favor them. Absolutely. Goebel and Twardowski. So Raptors, play right, play well, kick some butt, find your old ways. Hopefully you got some good rest on Saturday. You're rejuvenated, re-energized, and you look like a new team this afternoon in an early start against the Celtics this afternoon. Man, because it's not a good ref crew, guys. I'm just going to say that. It's not. I have no idea how Benny and Maru is going to be because, honestly, he's a absolute rookie. And we don't know what he's going to do there. All right, let's see what y'all are saying in the chat, and we'll get into all the other sections of the show that we do. Trevor J saying this, words of wisdom: no one is responsible for your emotionless reactions except for you. Others can say and do anything they like, but what happens inside you is only the result of what you're thinking and feeling. Yeah. People will try you. People will say things that may make you react. But it's up to you how you react. And, a true master controls their emotions in a way that they don't let people have that power over them. That you just have to be in the kind of situation where you're just like, you know what? This does not deserve a response. And I'm just going to go ahead and ignore it. There's a lot of power in that because some people are baiting you to get pissed off and come at them. So, it's good for you to just kind of chill and not take the bait. And seriously, try not to let other people have power over you emotionally. That's a good way to be. Thank you for the words of wisdom, Trevor J. And I hope you're having a fantastic weekend, man. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Trevor's saying, happy game day. Let's get back to winning. Let's go, boys. Yeah. Yeah, be nice to get this one because honestly, this homestand has not been going well. We're 1-2 so far. We have 2 more games in this 5-game homestand. And the next one is really important. Really, really important. We can salvage this 5-game homestand and make it a winning homestand by winning today and winning on Tuesday. But that's a tall order. 2 Atlantic Division opponents that are very, very good, and we're going to have to play very well to beat both of them. So we'll start with the Celtics today. Hopefully we can do a good job and kick their ass. Let's see what happens. Leonardo Paynes, 22560. Good morning to you. Thank you for the subscription. Needs to recall Lawson to boost up offense. Change strategy by not using BI all the time. Mix it up with other players. Opponents know how to defend BI. Yeah, this is something that we've been talking about a little bit in the channel the last few days, that maybe BI has been figured out a little bit too much with the doubles and that we need to change our strategy. I've been suggesting that maybe we keep him off the ball, stop putting the ball through him, and let him be a catch and shoot in reaction to the defense coming away from him. And then, boom, get it back over to him and make him let him have easier shots. In some ways, him playing off the ball and not having him feed the ball through him may be very much the antidote. And it may be very good for him. Some people will say, well, no, we need Brandon to touch the ball. No, I would say this. We need Scotty and Jakob to touch the ball because those guys are hubs. And Brandon isn't necessarily a hub. He's going to be either he's having a hard time passing out of the double, and he's trying to go against the double teams too much. And it's not efficient. So I don't know. Why don't we try this? Why don't we put him off the ball and let him catch and shoot like Battle and Dick would be doing? And, he's a very good talent. And he's also a good emergency safety valve. If the shot clock's running out, you get the ball to Ingram and let him work his magic one-on-one to get a good shot at the end of the shot clock if we're in trouble. I think that that's a good recipe right there, Leonardo, for sure. And I love your idea about calling up AJ Lawson. I think that today's a good game for it. I was saying this the other day that if, we're going through fatigue issues with our team, why aren't we using our extended roster and our 2 ways to supplement the energy so that our guys aren't so gassed and getting so worn out. Is Chucky Hepburn, Elijah Martin, and AJ Lawson. All three of them have been tearing it up on the 905 with a perfect 10-0 record. These guys deserve to make their NBA debut, Elijah Martin, and get more time, Chucky Hepburn and AJ Lawson. I agree with you, man. Great comment, man. I appreciate it. Naco the Nacho saying this: they need to adjust because the team's going to expect BI. Yeah, we can't do this. We play the same song every day on the radio. People get tired of it, and they'll figure out all the beats and the notes and where the changes are, and then they know what to anticipate. We can't have that. We got to keep switching it up. We got to keep it fresh. And in some ways, stagnating around just overusing Brandon has not been right. It worked in the beginning because it's fresh, but it's stale now and it stank. And in some ways, we got to switch it up a little bit. Brandon's a student of the game. He loves the sport of basketball. He's a gym rat. He is a basketball nerd. And in some ways, he understands that this is how it works, adjustments to adjustments to adjustments. And he's still a big part of the whole scheme, whether he is the hub or the person the ball is going through or not. He's still going to be a big part of it and still our priority scorer. It's just that we may need to adjust how he gets the ball or when he gets the ball, and then keep it fresh. That's what I think right there. That's it right there. James is here. Raptor Freak James, good morning to you, sir. AJ can provide some better scoring than Grady, in my opinion. Well, we don't have to single out another guy. But, AJ, the thing that I would love about bringing the two-ways up is all three of those guys are stealers. They steal the ball like crazy. And that's been a big part of the success of Andrew Jones's 905 10-0 start. Is that AJ, Chucky, and Elijah know how to steal that ball, and they're dogs. And we had that kind of energy around our team from Summer League and preseason, and I wanted to keep it. But it's tiring. It's tough to keep up. Well, we play those guys more and let them do that. It'll be helpful to the Raptors because maybe we can infuse that point of attack, full court, dogged, just annoying the hell out of the other team defense with fresh guys. Although they have been playing a lot too, because of the 905, but maybe not. Maybe they're fresh. I don't know. Chucky Hepburn gets in the game today and gets some steals off the Celtics and plays really good defense. I would love to see that. I'd love to see that. And AJ, of course, if he gets a steal, it's a bucket the other way because he's so fast. So I would love to see these guys play on the Raptors today. I for sure would, but not to the detriment of Grady. We don't need to put Grady down. Grady needs to make his shots. We need to see Grady hit his open shots because this has been a problem. All right, let's go do the Instagram stories real quick. Serge Ibaka is DJing in Barcelona, guys. Where in the world is Serge Ibaka? Well, he's in Spain, and he's got a big, huge crowd of partiers dancing to his music with strobe lights and lasers. So there you go, Serge Ibaka. He is the DJ. Vin Benyani is celebrating. His daughter is involved in cheerleading. And she is in the dance and cheerleading championships, and she's division champion. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. There's young Ochai Baji carrying a little bundle of joy in a little crib or a little, I don't know what they call it. It's a baby carrier. And, well, the baby's face is covered up by a little heart. And, well, he's got a kid that's about the same age as Luka's second daughter. So there you go. Maybe they'll be friends. I don't know. But Ochai and Avery have had their child. What a year for Mr. Abaji, getting married and having a kid. You're a family man now, my guy. And, well, maybe you'll have that Fred VanVleet bump. That'd be nice. Ochai has a kid, and all of a sudden he's bombing and making everything. That'd be awesome. Ochai, you going to show back up today and come out and get that girl dad energy going, that brand new dad energy? I'm a dad. Whoa. Get the cigars. No, don't get the cigars, Ochai. You got to play the Celtics on Sunday. And come on in. Let's see if you can make shots like Fred VanVleet in the finals against the Warriors after Fred Jr. was born. I'm hoping for this baby effect. That's right. Slim Duck is in Boston. He does play for the Celtics, and his kid is out there swinging. He's calling him a daredevil, swinging in the snow, going back and forth. Daredevil. He loves his kid. He's focusing a lot on his kid right now with the weirdness of things going on. He's also got this post to this lady, mom's praying before eating with the family, but really just telling all your business. Yeah, I've seen this in TV shows, like on the old, like 70s sitcom, like What's Happening or something. Like somebody will be praying and they'll say, oh, Lord, please stop Roger from going to get this and this and going with this girl, he's a fool. And like, whoa, why are you telling his business in the prayer there, mom? Stuff like that. That happens. That happens. I've heard. Yes. There's Chris signing an autograph for a Celtic fan right there. There is his son, well, not a small boy anymore, and he's riding around watching a tablet in a car. So yeah. Yeah, and here's one where he's got a guy who's got an irritated face. He's saying, me thinking I'm hiding my irritation the whole time, my face looks like this. Yeah, some people just don't have poker faces. I don't. I can't play poker. I give away whether I have a good or bad hand easily, and Chris don't have no poker face either. That's right. There's the Raptors court is set up, and it looks like it's going to be that Vince Carter logo court is what's going to be happening today at the Scotiabank Arena. Guys, Raptors Open Gym has released a brand new episode late afternoon last night of RJ Barrett. It's a half-hour episode. It's amazing. It really goes into detail. It's the RJ episode. I love it, man. It's so awesome. You see clips of Rowan Sr. playing internationally. You see young RJ and, just being a little kid. And they tell the story about how RJ was good at basketball very young and playing against kids that were higher age group than him. And it kind of just goes over the whole thing. It goes over him getting drafted by New York. It goes over the trade back to Toronto. And it really does. He goes on and on about how he's really happy to be home. And yeah, it's a great open gym episode. If you haven't watched it yet, you definitely got to check it out today. RJ Barrett centered open gym episode came out last night, and y'all need to watch it. It's really good. It's really, really good. Apparently, there was a moment when RJ and Emmanuel got traded to the Raptors that they were in their hotel as Knicks still, and they ran out into the hallway and start yelling at each other from across the hall. And it was like a special moment they shared. So it's pretty cool, man. So check out that episode for sure. Jared Rhoden is hooping it up in EuroLeague with Paris right now. He's got a lot of cool pictures of him in action over there. Jared recently said that, the NBA isn't the end-all be-all of the basketball world. There's other places to play basketball that are high level and very, very good. And that's where he's at. He's in EuroLeague, and he's playing in France. And it looks like he's flourishing. I would think that Jared Rhoden probably is one of the top players in that league that he's playing in right now, because he was a really good player. He just barely not in the NBA. Seriously. To me, he could be like the Michael Jordan of the France league right now, because he's like that. He's a two-way player, and he can steal and he can score. Siakam's doing his Sunday bangers always, although it's Sunday. I guess he's doing it. He did like a choir last week. But yeah, Indy, we're back with P. That's right. And on the basketball court. So we love our Siakam and what he's doing. And I think the Pacers have been doing a little bit better recently. Raptors 905 posting some action pics from the game this weekend at Scotiabank Arena. 10-0, should be very, very proud. There's AJ Lawson posting some of those action pics also. Morris Peterson with his career highlights versus the Suns on the Raptors. He's posting that on his Instagram. And also, he was at the game last night for the Michigan State Spartans, taking in the college basketball atmosphere. You go, Mo Pete, Raptors Iron Man. That's right. Elijah Martin posting action from the game the other day. And Coco Wade has his son out on the soccer field playing soccer, and he's got all kinds of highlights of him. There's a goal he made there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, team love for soccer players and Coco Wade's son. All right, there you go. There's your Instagram stories. Serge is in Barcelona DJing. And, we'll just have to see. Oshai's got a kid now, I guess. So Oshai's a dad. So there you go. All right, let's see what's going on with you guys more in the chat. It's Fiercey. Fiercey's here. Good to see MJ. Good morning, fam. And game day was away with family to Philly the past 2 days for my aunt's funeral. I'm sorry to hear that, Fiercey. My condolences. I'm sorry to hear that you had to go for such a sad event. I hope that she's cherished and loved and always remembered, and that it was a very nice ceremony, and that you guys got a good chance to get together and honor her. I'm so sorry to hear that she passed. Missed 3 games from Fiercey's tournament and Raptors catastrophe. I don't even know how to say that. Castrophobic versus the Hornets. Yeah, I mean, I'm moving on. I'm not thinking about Friday. I'm not thinking about the Lakers. I'm thinking about the Celtics, and we're just going to worry about today. And she's saying, thank you for the streams, Lex. Kept me updated. All right. Well, I'm glad that the Raptor Freak Show was able to help you stay on top of what was happening while you were very busy in Philadelphia. Once again, my condolences, MJ. I hate to hear that. And I hope you and Junior are doing very well and that you had safe travels back home. Yeah, Fiercely saying this. I'm heading to the tournament and we'll be able to watch us versus the Celtics. I saw the article you posted on Chris. Sad he's very out of the rotation. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. When I was doing the scouting yesterday to look at the Celtics and see where they're at and what they're doing, I noticed on the ESPN depth chart that Chris is absolutely not on it. Not on it at all. It's kind of crazy, man. Yeah, so in some ways it's like, look, Raptors fans, you still feel bad for Chris. He got to play 50 games here. I'll bet in some ways it's looking like we'll even make 30 for the Celtics this year. Seriously. So, like, if you're so mad at the Raptors for not playing Chris Boucher last year, well, how do you feel about the Celtics right now? How do you feel about the Celtics, Chris Boucher fans? I'm going to say that right now. Isaac Campbell saying condolences to you and your family, Fiercey. Yeah, it's very kind and benevolent. The benevolent Isaac Campbell holding it down in Ottawa, nation's capital. That's right. Good to see you, Isaac. Yeah, we hate to hear this kind of stuff. And she's saying thank you. Let's see. Tobias Frost is in here. All right, Tobias. Okay, this guy just put in and he retracted. All right, let's see. Fiercey saying thank you, Lex. It was a beautiful ceremony and happy to spend time with family. Of course, Fiercey Jr. balled out while I was away. Laugh out loud. But my friend recorded the game. I'll watch it later. Okay. Yeah, well, I'm glad that she balled out and good things are happening with her in her playing career and her coaching career. That's right. I want to hear more and more about Junior. That's right. Tobias is here. Good morning, everyone. It's been so long. I've been good. Just grieving the loss of my cat about 2 weeks ago. Okay. Well, that's sad to hear, Tobias. I'm sorry about your cat. I hope you've been doing well, sir. Holding it down in the middle of the country, I believe. Tobias is out west. So, yeah, I hope you've been doing well. Good to see you back, man. Nameless is saying this. The Raptors have to play 100% to win. Good to see my plumber friend. Because the officials are not going to allow it. They will do everything in their power to prevent the Raptors from winning. That much is clear. I think you might be right with this crew, guys. The Raps got to go above and beyond and have an overpowering margin leading the Celtics because I don't trust John Goble in this situation. I really, really don't. And Twardowski, they really do favor the Celtics. These two guys do. And Biniam, well, he's just the rookie. He's just going to go along with the two veteran guys. So we'll have to see what happens. Good to see my Italian plumber friend, Nameless, back in the chat with us this morning. That's right. Kaloy saying this. Good morning to Kaloy. And I hope Santino's doing very well. Condolences to your family, Fiercey. Let's get back to our winning ways today. That's right. That's right. Let's go. BI3. Let's go, Scotty B. Let's go, Jakob Parl. Fiercely saying, I just looked at the standings. It's close. Raptors, Knicks, Magic, Celtics. I know. That's part of the motivation right there is like Raptors, if you lose this game, you may be under the Celtics in the standings in the Atlantic Division because they will overtake us because we're only a half game ahead of them. So, yeah, this game is for who's going to be higher than each other in the Atlantic Division right now. And, the Knicks already slipped past us and sitting in first. And we're in second, and I don't want to go to the middle spot in the division. I don't want to go down to the third place. No, I'd rather stay at second, if not get back to first. So there's some motivation for you, Scotty. Do you want to be looking up at the Celtics at the end of the day in the standings, or do you want to still be above them? You got to beat them to get that. That's right. You got to beat them to get that. Nameless is bringing up that the free throw discrepancy last game against the Hornets is actually sickening. What's worse is that it's in our own barn. Every other team gets home advantage except us. Every game for the Raptors is an away game. That's not all true. What happened on Friday isn't exactly that. The Raptors were extremely tired, and they were not going aggressively at the basket to get the calls. That's why that happened. Sure, there may have been some favor for two white guys in those two games, Con Knipple and Austin Reeves. But let's be fair. The Raptors were lackadaisical, tired, and fatigued, and they were not aggressively taking the ball to places to get the calls. And sure, there was a foul on Brandon Ingram at the end of the Lakers game that did not get called. That was absolute horse crap by DeAndre Ayton. But for the most part, that's why there was a free throw discrepancy in both those games. I don't know. But I mean, I don't want to believe this nameless because I don't want to put more rhetoric that's kind of against us. We can get home calls. It's just we have to play hard and we have to play aggressively. And when we do that, the refs have to call it. But if we're tired and we can't initiate contact on the offensive end, we're not going to get the line. And it's like that in some ways. I mean, I once again, I won't say the refs beat us in either of those games, Lakers or Hornets. The refs didn't beat us. We beat ourselves because we didn't play well enough against the Lakers, and we were too tired against the Hornets. Too tired against the Hornets. That's it right there. Yeah, let's see. Fiercely saying, thank you, Kaloy. Let's go. And name was saying Ethiopia is fucking sick. Same with Kenya. You like it. You mean it's good. Not that it's like got malaria or they're sick or something like that. No, you mean that it's a cool place. That's what you mean, right? Biniam Maru wants to go to Ethiopia. That's right. Tobias is saying, I've been pretty impressed with the Raps this year. It seems like everything is clicking. There's been a good stretch, and the 9-game winning streak was really good, but we're in a little bit of a tough period. And right now, there's very difficult games coming up, and we need to be at our top best. And while being worn out and tired all of a sudden at this point in the season is not conducive to helping us be our best. So hopefully these guys took a real rest day yesterday. No crazy bullshit. No holiday this or that. No going and doing something crazy on your off day when you should absolutely be resting your body and getting yourself ready for today, especially since today is an early game that will start at 3:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, Smooth saying this. Austin Reeves is a good man. Stop bringing up White. It's irritating. All due respect. Stop that. I hear you, Reggie. But all right. I want to be fair about this. Okay, so some of the things people have been saying about Austin Reeves lately is that he's a foul baiter, that he's learned how to get the fouls, kind of like a Trae Young or a James Harden, those kind of people like that. And in some ways, now look, I'll say this. The NBA loves to market stars. They love to market stars, especially for their big teams like the Lakers. So in some ways, Austin is a godsend. Now, once again, I'll say this. If he wasn't on the Lakers, and we're not even talking about his race, he wouldn't get so many calls. Let's just put it that way. And, look, I'll say this, and his race does matter to a degree in this situation because of marketing, because the NBA, because in some ways, America is more racist than ever overtly right now. And in some ways, if Adam Silver wants to cater to racist, he wants to market white players. So, I mean, you could be blind to this and say, stop saying it. It's like this. He's a good player. It's like, listen, he's propped up to a degree. And I will stand on that hill. And I believe this. He's propped up because he's a Laker. And in some ways, for that reason also. I mean, Dennis Rodman said something about Larry Bird a long time ago. And in some ways, he wasn't right, but in some ways, he was. And it was very controversial what he said about Dennis Rodman said about Larry Bird. And a lot of people didn't agree with him then. But, people that are open to the idea of this possibly being a factor could see what Dennis was saying. So, I mean, there's two sides of it. If you don't like me saying that, that's fine. But in some ways, I'm still going to believe that is partly a factor. And that's my right. But I mean, we don't have to agree on this. We don't have to agree on this. The NBA loves marketable stars, and they'll enhance them as they can. Let's just put it that way. Tobias saying, yeah, I'm still in Calgary. There you go. I knew you were out west. So this guy's in Calgary. And speaking of Calgary, let's wish a happy birthday to the sheriff, Seymour Pape. That's right. It's Seymour's birthday today. Raptors, can we order up a win for the Raptor for you guys today on Seymour's birthday to make the city slicker out in Calgary happy that we get a win on his birthday? I'd love to see that. Let's beat the Celtics for the sheriff, Seymour Pape, holding it down in Alberta. I love that. I love that so much, man. Yeah. Fiercely saying congrats to Oshai and his wife, Avery. I'm totally with you on that. Congratulations to the new family. Yeah. And Nameless is saying racism is for weirdos. Actually, I'm fucking weird. I'm effing weirdos. Actual effing weirdos. Man, there's a lot of mind games going on social media. The algorithm on X is increasing racism because Elon Musk is a racist. He's a white supremacist from South Africa that believes in apartheid, that believes in subjugating people of color. It believes in being cruel. It believes in hurting them. And that's just the truth. And Donald Trump is the same. And that's why we need to be open and honest about race issues today, because a lot of people will say, oh, shut up. You're just saying this. You're playing the race card, all this bullshit. Don't do that, because this shit is real. And in some ways, we're in an era all of a sudden where the KKK is not afraid to wear their hoods in public anymore. So that's bad. That's backtracking. And in some ways, I look at it this way: the racists and the crazy ass, really awful people are scared because the New World Order is coming and it's not going to include this kind of bullshit. So this is their last gasp. This is what MAGA is. This is what the power grab that has happened in the United States this year has been, is that they know the new world is not for them. And they're absolutely trying to hold on at the last moment, but they can't change it. They can't stop it. It's going to happen anyway, and they're going to lose after all this is done. And that's what this is. The end of this cycle is right now. We're ending a cycle and we're going into a new world. And in some ways, the billionaires, the oligarchs, the corporations want to set the rules for the new world, but the people in some ways have, advanced, and they're not trying to go backwards. They're trying to go forwards, even if other people want to go backwards. So yeah, it's an interesting, important subject right now. And in some ways, we need to talk about race issues more than ever right now. There's stupid stuff like this. Like Donald Trump yesterday announced that for his birthday, all national parks will be free, but not for MLK Day next year or Juneteenth. And these are direct, like, insults or asshole things that he's trying to do, where he's like, he's very anti-DEI. He's anti-equality, and he's very much racist as fuck. And black people that think Donald Trump is not racist, you're crazy, because most of his policy has hurt people of color this year. Most of it. And he is trying to hurt people. Trust me. He wants people to die. These people don't want all these people to be alive anymore. And if a bunch of people die, they'll be happy. They'll be very, very happy. Trust me, because they're sick people. Let's just put it that way. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going in the chat here. Tobias is saying AR has been playing lights out for the Lakers since he's getting to play. I'm a Raps fan, but I have to give the man his props and respect. That's fine. You guys go ahead. In some ways, I just don't want to respect him. I just don't. Even if he lit us up the other day. Once again, a lot of that's helped with the refs getting to line and making those free throws. He's figured out how to he's like Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson does the same thing. He knows how to foul bait and knows how to play a certain way to get to the line a lot. And in some ways, you got to respect that, but in some ways you don't. You don't? I don't know. Cool. Kaloy saying most happiest birthday to the sheriff. That's right. That's awesome. Good morning, Raptor Freak crew from Cool Cat. I like to see that. And Fiercely saying happy birthday to Seymour. Health first and foremost. Yeah. Who knows what Seymour's doing for his birthday weekend right now? That'd be awesome. Hopefully just fun things and good things. Maybe we'll see him in the chat this morning. Who knows? Isaac saying this: before reacting to the back-to-back loss to the Hornets, please take a moment to run as fast as you physically can for 48 minutes and then wake up tomorrow morning and do it again faster because you are shorthanded. All right, we'll do this, Isaac. This is funny. This is a weird one. I'll give you a dunk for this one. I think this is a great suggestion, and then you'll know. 191 on the dunk charts. That's funny, man. That's a good one right there. All right, let's see. Let me check on Blue Skies. Nothing interesting there. Just goofy. Let's see. Raptors Reddit. How can the Raptors better utilize their young talent for future success? As we navigate through the season, I've been thinking about the potential of our younger players like Scotty Barnes, Grady Dick, and G League talents such as AJ and Elijah. With the team's current depth, it's crucial to find the right balance between developing our young stars and maximizing our win potential. How do you think we can incorporate these players more effectively into the rotation? Should we prioritize playing time for their development or focus on immediate wins with more experienced players? Additionally, what role do you see them playing in the long-term vision for the Raptors? Let's discuss how nurturing this talent can shape our future success. I agree with some of the sentiments in this question, is like, because I've kind of been talking about in the last few days, why can't we integrate Martin, Lawson, and Hepburn and battle more, a little bit more Mobo, a little bit more into the Raptors minutes. And some games guys are going to get DMPs. You still run a 10-man rotation, but
You have the standard guys that come in with the starters, Sandro and Shed, and maybe one other guy that's in every single game. But those other two positions are flexible and different guys every night. But those other two positions that are different guys every night, they are taking huge chunks of minutes in those games where they're getting good run. So say Oshai doesn't play every game, but he plays like every third game or something like that, but he plays like a 30-minute stretch in that one game. And then he doesn't have to play certain games. So you're getting a fresh guy for that whole entire game. And it's like I want to see this kind of stuff where Darko isn't just set on a very primary 10 that he's mostly going to go to, and then like the two ways never get in. Like, why can't one of those spots in the 10-man rotation be a two-way every single game? And it's just a different one you switch from. And they're adding their energy and their ability to help the Raptors with the endurance of the season. That kills two birds with one stone. You get the development time for those guys, and you're giving rest to regular guys on your team that have been looking very tired recently. I don't know. I hope that these guys will start integrating this more, because I feel like it would give good results for the rest of the season, because it's a long season. If we hit a wall in the first week of December with our endurance, this is not good. We're going to need to be stronger, because we're only like just over a quarter of the way through the season. So they need this time, man. They need this time. That's right. That's right. Let's see. Barbarian 667's here. Celtics are going to expose our bad defenders today. They play 5 out, mismatch hunt for doubles, and look for open threes. Well, hopefully Darko will be aware of this, and he'll have a good game plan that he's set up with these guys for how to play today. We don't know. We don't know for sure which defenders we're going to get tonight, because sometimes the Raptors are very on it, the ball, and very good defenders. And maybe we will tie them up very, very well today, because we've had rest, and the coaches have a good game plan to play the style that the Celtics have been doing lately. So we'll just have to see. I mean, I think that some of our guys that are really good defenders have not played good defense lately, and that has looked a little bad for that. But if they're rested and they have a good game plan, maybe we'll see something different, Barbarian. That's what I'm hoping for. Good to see you back in the chat today. Tobias saying, I don't pay much attention to the minor league system. How are the Raps G League team doing? They're 10-0. They haven't lost. They have the best start in their franchise history. They have the best team in the G League right now. They are 10-0. No losses. Won their first 10 games. And there's only 4 more games in the Showcase Cup part of the season. And if they win it out, they'll be 14-0, and they'll be going to Vegas to play for the Showcase Cup. So they're very much like the Raptors right now. They're involved in the tournament that's going on, the early season tournament, and they could win that. They could very much win the Showcase Cup in the G League, just like the Raptors have a chance to win the NBA Cup. So, yeah, they're really good, Tobias, and you should maybe watch them later this week when they're playing the Delaware Bluecoats for 2 games in a row. I think that the games are like Wednesday and Thursday this week or something like that. But yeah, you should definitely watch them. Holy moly. Yeah. 10-0. Absolutely badasses, man. In some of the games they've been winning by 30 plus. Like their first 3 games were routes. They won by over 30 in the first 3 games of the season. So they're definitely fun to watch. And a big part of it is Elijah, Chucky, and AJ Lawson. A big part of it right there. Yeah, Kareem Thomas is in the house. Happy birthday to Seymour. I'm pretty sure if you go to Denny's, your meal is free today. That's right. If there's a Denny's out in Calgary, maybe Seymour's there right now getting his slam down. He's slamming it down. That's right. There is our guy Blackhawk coming in with the Owls. This is what you switch from the logo to the Owls. It's interesting, man. Barbarian saying, if you want to see Darko's system in practice, watch the 905. Yeah. Yeah, there's some people have said watching the 905 is more entertaining than the Raptors, because in some ways they're doing it more pure. And I mean, I can't totally disagree with that. But of course, some of it is the talent. And also G League teams are not really playing together. They're kind of individuals kind of just fighting for scraps. So it's very rare when you have a team like Andrew Jones does that plays with each other and is trying as a team, because most G League teams are very individualistic. And it's tough to get them to buy in to play as a team. But Andrew Jones is making them because that's the Raptors way. And they're very much successful for it. That's part of it right there. Yeah, Blackhawks saying condolences to Fiercy. And Tobias saying, I don't have the NBA network to watch the 905. You don't need an NBA network. The 905 games are all for free on YouTube, just like me. That's right, Tobias. So, you just got to go to the Raptors 905 website on the day of the game, and they'll have a link to the YouTube portal to watch it. You're in Canada, so you can watch all 905 games on YouTube for free. And I'll be in there in the chat with Monique, and usually Blake Murphy's in there too, of the Raptors show, talking during the game. So, yeah, it's a fun time. You don't have to have NBA Network or anything, just YouTube. And it's free. And you go to the website, you'll see the schedule, and you'll have the link there. All right, let me keep going with my tabs to see what's next on the tabs. So you want to do another Raptors Reddit reaction? Maybe. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared. In some ways, I don't like looking at what they're talking about on there sometimes. Yeah, you know what? Oh, they're doing a celebration for Chris. So somebody has posted like let's celebrate Chris since he's coming back to the team. Coming back to Toronto today. Hopefully we'll get a tribute video for him this afternoon. And the Raptors crowd will be very warm, welcoming back Raptors champion Chris Boucher. Yeah. Oh, man. I feel bad for him that he's not playing a whole lot for them. All right. That's enough for Raptors Reddit. Y'all, if you have a fantasy team in our Yahoo Fantasy League, y'all set up your lineups. There's a last day of week 7 going on right now. So make sure you get your lineups set up. Are there any matchups that are that close? Yeah. James and Andrew have a game that's about 15-point margin. So, Andrew, you got some work to do if you're going to beat James today. And let's see, is there anybody else here that's close enough to kind of have a battle? No, most of them are pretty much decided otherwise. There. Let's do a straight goods on goods. It's not Canadian, but it's not U.S., and it is this time of the season that you may need this product, and that is Ricola from Switzerland. Ricola cough drops are all made in Switzerland, every single one of them. Every single one of these cough drops are made with Swiss alpine herbs. This is a berry medley box. If you're having sore throat, you're getting sick, Ricola is the one to get. And I'm telling you right now, man, these guys have done a really good job of getting more and more sustainable as time goes on. They've been building herbal gardens, and they're very much into like the very natural stuff that they put into these. Ricola offers a variety of over 60 herbal products on the world market. All of their herbal drops are produced in Switzerland. Then they've got 10 herbs that are grown according to Bio-Swiss standards. Their herbal drops are loved in 45 different countries, and their herbs thrive in 5 carefully selected regions of Switzerland. And around 100 Swiss mountain farmers grow and cultivate the herbs for the Ricola. So, yeah, you guys go ahead and get cough drops by Ricola, a Swiss company, not a Canadian company, but not an American company either. So there you go. Boom goes the dynamite. Kareem saying this, Austin Spurs head coach named G League Coach of the Month, posting a 9-1 record. There's another team with an even better record, 10-0, but I guess this is another case of that Canadian team up north. I think that Andrew Jones won that award the first month. I'm pretty sure he won it. But that's weird. They gave it to Austin Spurs. Well, either way, they can slight, but we're going to go ahead and just win, and especially on the 905. But yeah, that's weird. Why wouldn't they give it to the perfect 10-0 coach? I don't know. I think he won that award last. Well, no, because they've only played in November. So yeah, Andrew Jones should have won this award. You're right, man. That's a weird slight right there. Happy birthday to Seymour, but also happy birthday to former Raptor Aaron Gray. You guys remember Aaron Gray? He was in one of the original Open Gym episodes. Him and Quincy Acey got traded to the Sacramento Kings from the Raptors, and they showed them feeling it from that. But yeah, it's Aaron Gray's birthday today, and he's 41 years old, the 7-footer, former Raptor. He played for the Raptors for 3 years, and he played a total of I guess it was about 100 games he played for us, and he started quite a few too. He started about 56 games for us. He averaged about 3 points per game in his tenure with the Raptors. So happy birthday to former Raptor Aaron Gray. Also, former Raptor Julian Stone is having his birthday today. He's 37 today. Out of Alexandria, Virginia. And well, he played for the Raptors for 21 games, one season, and he only averaged about a point a game. So happy birthday to two former Raptors today, Julian Stone and Aaron Gray. That's right. So two birthdays on the Raptors birthday list today. That's right. Tobias saying maybe my math is off, but isn't 10 higher than 9? Yeah, I don't get that. I don't get that. I don't know why they're overlooking Andrew Jones on that one. That's not right. I agree with you guys. That ain't right. All right, let's see. Let me get a classic card of the day, and we'll see what we're doing here. Oh, wow. This is interesting, guys. So first person to write in the full name answer will get the points for the classic card this morning. So be fast, seriously, because this one, well, it's easy. Let's just put it that way. Can you see it from here? What about from there? Look at that. That is a Raptors jersey. So we actually have a Raptor for the classic card today. Let's see if y'all can tell who that is. If I bring it closer, maybe you'll figure it out. If I bring it too close, let's see. That's easy. Yeah, Fiercey's got it. She wrote his name crazy though. Like, I guess you've been working out some sort of deals with annuities. Spell corrected, went to annuity. Yeah, it's OG Anunoby, guys. Look at that cool card. OG number 3. That's right. Autocorrect got you on annuities. You're looking into your annuities. Yeah. You got to get your eyes checked, Kareem. That's right. It's OG. It's OG number 3. That's right. So we're going to give Fiercey 30 points in honor of OG. It's not a hard card. And in some ways, we do it by the number of the guys. So we're going to give you just 30 points because it's our OG, our champion, another Raptors champion right there. O.G and no B. And we'll put it's Fiercey, and she's getting 30 points today for that. Yeah, we had Mark the other day too. We're getting some Raptors cards in the classic cards recently, which is cool. I've wanted Raptors cards more often on this show, but in some ways we just haven't gotten many of them. So yeah, there's a cool OG card. That's right. I don't know. Should I keep this one? I got to keep my Raptors in some ways. Yeah. The jersey is hard, broski. There's our birthday guy. That's right, man. Today, these guys are wearing these jerseys today, the city edition. And happy birthday to Sheriff Seymour Pape. That's right. Happy birthday to you, my guy. You know, if the phone works, you could try and call me right now. If you want to call me on the birthday, it's up to you, man. 30 is nice. I have his jersey. Yeah. The clamp. That's right. That's right. Seymour saying, I've been up all night in Alberta. This guy has been up celebrating his birthday. So hopefully you've been partying safe and having a good time. That's all I care about right there. That's right. All right, let me see. I'm running out of stuff to talk about. So maybe we'll end the stream at an hour and I can start moving towards downtown to get to the game for this afternoon because I will be going down there. It is a city edition game. They will be wearing these jerseys. That's right. Ish Smith. It's a little late, Tobias. This is he's guessing on the classic card still. Ish Smith. What? All right. Let me go back over real quick. The injuries and the lineup news for today. The Raptors do have some guys listed. RJ is still out. He will not play today due to his knee. Emmanuel is questionable for today due to an illness, so he may not be playing today. And I'm speculating Shed may be starting. Battle is also doubtful for today due to that ankle roll that he did on Friday night against the Hornets. So, yeah, those are your Raptors that are on the list. Oshai's off the list, so he should be back from the birth of his daughter and hopefully will be available today. So, yeah, and Yak will be available too. So, yeah, quickly, Battle, doubtful and questionable, and RJ is out for sure. On the other side, there's only one name, and it's Jason Tatum, and Jason Tatum is out, of course, due to his Achilles. And, they're hoping he'll be back at some point during the season. But, yeah, Tatum is out. The Celtics have won a lot more recently than they started the season. They started the season at some point. They were 5-7. And now at this point, they're 14-9. So they've won 9 and lost 2 in their last 11 games. So they are on a bit of a hot streak right now. So we're catching them at a bad time. It's too bad we couldn't play them right at the beginning of the season. That would have been better. The referees for today are John Goebel. He favors the Celtics. Scott Twardowski, he favors the Celtics. And then rookie Benny Amaru, who's never refereed either the Celtics or the Raptors ever. until today. This will be his first game refereeing the two teams. There you go. Yeah, let's see. Who's next? Fiercely saying, enjoy the game, Lex. Thanks. I'm gonna go with my dad. It's always fun to go with him when he's here in town, and I'm excited to get down there. And I'm gonna try and get a seat in 110, so I can sit near the Quicklies and we can get real loud. I hope maybe they're there even if Emmanuel's not playing. I don't know, but man, the Quicklies and I are a very good combo of getting loud in the arena. Yeah. So if I can sit near the family section again, I'm gonna try to today because it's a good section to sit in. Who knows? And like maybe I'll see Sandro's girlfriend again. Say hi to her. Let's see. Cream saying, are we going to get a Boucher sighting today? I don't know if he'll play him, but he'll be there. He'll be in the arena, and hopefully we'll wave and we'll celebrate him. We'll give him a tribute video, and the Raptors fans will welcome him back and give him a hero's welcome. That's what I want to see. That's right. Seymour saying Bill was 4 Bills at Salt Lick, and I had a little group with me, 9 people in the state to die for. There you go. So he said he was going to go to Salt Lick, the place where the Raptors went on open gym, and yeah, he went there, and wow, 4 Bills. Wow, I hope that wasn't on you, bro. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. That's right. Tobias saying Eddie Miles, Ish Smith, Beno Udra are some of the players I share my birthday with. Apparently, that's cool. So those are guys you have your birthday with? Well, Tobias, we're going to have to celebrate your birthday when it comes back around. That's right. Seymour saying, if you ever come west, I got you, Lex. I'll bring that Keon Clark jersey, I promise you. And I'll give it to you for your birthday, like I said I would. That's right. That's right. Salute, Pops. Family moments matter. That's right. That's right. I've been getting a month with my dad in November, which is different into December because he's usually here in the summer. And, he came up. And he didn't realize there's going to be snow like this. I'm like, bro, but man, what are you doing, man? You didn't understand there's going to be snow like this while you're here? Because there is snow out here in cottage country in the green belt of Ontario and central Ontario right now. And he didn't prepare for this. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? You lived in Winnipeg. You lived in Manitoba. You should know that Canada does this in November and December. But yeah, it's crazy because this is why I'm in a hotel. Is because we ripped up my place to renovate the bathroom. And the bathroom it's just been a 2 weeks of just everything ripped up. That's why I've been not home mostly. So yeah, but it's been great to be around my dad, man. It's been really, really great. Ken Ace here again. Tough game this afternoon. Yeah, the refs are showing that it'll be even tougher. The refs are showing it'll be even tougher. Good to see you, Ken A. Fiercely saying, do players' families get special accommodations when they come to town? They seem to be there a lot, and it's all good to see the support. I don't think so. I mean, I would bet that Shelby and the Raptors organization help them find accommodations, but I'll bet that they are paying for it themselves, on the salaries. I don't know. I mean, when I went to the game on Brandon's dad's ticket, I didn't sit with Brandon's dad. Brandon's dad sat courtside with Glorilla. And, they paid for those tickets up courtside, but it's Glorilla, a recording artist, and Brandon makes how much money? So they can afford to get Mr. Ingram and Glorilla courtside seats at the Raptors game. Like, those seats may be like $10,000. I don't know. It's crazy. But yeah, I don't know how it works. I would think that they help them find adequate things for what they want. I mean, even the Airbnb that Adriana and I stayed in when we went to the Indiana game recently, those kind of places up above Real Sports in the building near Jurassic Park, there's a lot of places that family could stay really close to the arena up in those places like Airbnb just for one night or something like that. And it's affordable. It's crazy. Like, it wasn't too crazy, the place that Adriana booked for us. And it was like in the 19th floor of the building that Real Sports is in. So it's pretty interesting. But yeah, I'll bet that they have to cover things themselves, unless in special situations. Who knows? Maybe Larry Tannenbaum's just like, hey kid, fly your mom up here. I'll get the hotel for you. Because we know Larry T's like that. We know he's like that. And I love seeing him around the arena still, coming to the games, him and his wife, supporting the team. You see him on open gym, hiding in the corner, kind of, Darko's giving the chain to somebody in the locker room, and Larry's in the locker room with them still, smiling and clapping and being happy. We love Larry Tannenbaum. We love him a lot. And he's that kind of guy who would do that kind of stuff. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. For sure, they get tickets to the games. I think that the tickets that are in the section that I sat in and the tickets that I got are probably comp tickets for players, and that's how I got to go on those game that game ticket on Brandon Ingram was that they do get a couple comp tickets and they can send friends and family. I bet that's right. Yeah. Seymour saying I got a 10-ounce bar of silver from a friend of mine. I'm at 60 ounces of silver right now. There you go. Okay. He's trading in silver and he's on up. All right. I still have to take your offer up for a Raps game in the future. Well, people come to the city and they want to hang out. Definitely let me know. And we try and do a Raptor Freak hangout so that everybody can meet. Now, going the game, well, we'll just have to see. Seymour saying this. Anyways, everyone have a blast on a day of love from the Mountain Time region. There you go. This is your birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Seymour Pay. Happy birthday, Seymour Silver. Larry T is a goat. That's right. He needs a statue. Yeah, we love Larry Tannenbaum on this channel. And Neil's saying this. I stayed at Royal each time I went to the games last season, got the Ghostbusters experience. Oh, yeah, the Royal York across the street on Front Street from Union Station, that big historic. Is that the Ghostbusters movie like place? Seriously? Is that what Ghostbusters was filmed? Royal York? I never knew that. That building is that building with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and Zool and all that stuff? Seriously? I never knew that. You guys are dropping movie knowledge on me. Is that the Royal York, the movie in the movie The Ghostbusters? Seriously? Seriously? I never knew that, man. That's amazing, man. It's amazing. Carloy saying, Lex, why do you think we see a lot more ISOs and Hero in past few games instead of Darko Ball, 30 assists per game? I think the guys got lazy. I think they got taken away from the plan. I think part of it is that RJ's been out. And when RJ's out there, there's a little bit of a diverter going different ways to the ball on different possessions. Because what I realized in the beginning of the year, when they had RJ out there with Brandon, they were going every other possession would either go RJ or Brandon in some ways. It was kind of working out that way. And I think with RJ out, there's been more leaning on Brandon harder. And that has not been good for our team because it's not diversified and it's more predictable. And in some ways, we fall into more ISO and hero ball when, the leader, the guy who's taking most of the shots is playing that style. And then other people start doing it too. It's not good. So we do need to rededicate ourselves to playing Darko style of ball. I agree. And that's part of the reason why I'm saying let's stop feeding Brandon and ISO so much, because this will be better for the whole team and their offense. Because our offense has suffered when it doesn't do the Darko offense. It has suffered. And that's in recent games. We've gone more hero ball ISO, and that has not been good. That has not been good. Neil's saying, yep, that was Ghostbusters. The Royal York was in Ghostbusters. I had no idea. You just taught me something, Neil. All right, I'm going to give Neil a dunk for information because I didn't know that. I never put that together. I mean, now that I think of it, those buildings do look similar. That's crazy. I never really thought of this. 81. And I Ghostbusters was on in the movies. I went when I was a kid, when it was out in the theater originally in the very beginning. That's right. Yeah. You did not know that. X-Men was filmed at Union Station. I did know that. I did know that because I dated a girl that was a sister of a production assistant who worked on X-Men. Yeah. Right around that time too. Around the turn of the century in the late 90s, early 2000s, I dated a girl named Rhonda, and her older sister was a PA, a production assistant for movies, and she was literally working on X-Men at that time. And that's how I knew that. I knew that. Yeah, that's crazy. That's cool. All right, he's the movie buff. He's telling me all these spots where they film stuff. Crazy. Bride of Chucky was filmed in Gway West Hill area, the church scene to be exact. Yeah, there's some places where I know stuff has been filmed. Like they filmed the Saw movie that Chris Rock made in the alley that I used to take to go to the ramen restaurant on Spadina from Kensington Market. Yeah, Chris Rock directed a Saw movie, and they used this alleyway where a bunch of my friends hang out, and used to walk through it every day. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting places that you'll see in TV and films in Toronto around everywhere. It's crazy. Yeah, Galloway, that's right. Yeah, they have the water plant that's out in Scarborough, out Kingston Road, that famous architectural water plant, and that gets used for a lot of stuff because it looks really weird. And there's a couple of buildings out there too that are used for like sanitariums or like big hospitals. They're kind of yeah. Yeah, interesting. All right. Well, we went into movies today. You never know where the Raptor Freak stream is going to go. All right. I'm going to get out of here, guys, because I got to finish my workouts and get on the road and drive through the snow to the city and park the truck and go to the arena and get loud. That's what I got to do. I don't have tickets yet. I'm just going to drive down there and get them either at the ticket office. If I can't, I'll go see my scalper buddies. If I can't, I could also maybe call my friend Ken, who's got his season tickets, if he has his still available. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We're going to get down there. Boston Blues is filming in Toronto now. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Blues Clues, something like that. All right, y'all. Thanks. Oh, Boston Blues, meaning they're going to lose. They're going to lose. I like that. I like that, Blackhawk. I like that. The Boston Blues, they're going to have blues after today. Go streaking, Lex? No. No, Kareem, that's your thing. If you want to do it, it's on you because I want to be able to come to Raptors games. And I know they'll put me on a list and say, nah, this guy stripped down and ran around on the court with dingling hanging around. That's no good. No, they can't. We can't do this. We can't do this. All right, guys, let's go Raptors and let's win against the Celtics. You know, we've had some disappointing losses in this 4 out of 5 losses in the last 5 games. Well, let's get a very good win, a win that makes us feel real good. Lose the Charlotte Hornets 2 games. Well, beat the Celtics once. That makes you feel better. So hopefully we can do that. And then have some good momentum going into the Tuesday game against the Knicks in the knockout round of the in-season tournament. That's right. Dunk for Kareem for streaking. The only streaking I like is what the 905 are doing right now. How about that? So we'll go ahead and give Kareem a dunk just because Isaac said that, and I'm a nice guy, and I want to do what Isaac said. So, wow, you're getting closer. Kareem, you're at 293. Can he make 300 before the end of the month? He's got to get 7 more dunk points. That's 3 more dunks. And then he'll make his 300 mark. The first year, Kareem got 100 dunks in the first year of the dunk contest. In the second year, he got 515 dunks. This year, he's on track to get 300 right now. We'll have to see if he gets there. It's a cop show with Donnie Wahlberg. Well, I'm just going to say it's a basketball game where the Celtics lose. Is what I'm going to call Boston Blues. On that note, I'll see y'all tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. for a reaction to the game today. And God willing, the Raptors will win, and beat the Celtics in their home court today. And Raptors fans will be very happy and smiling after that. Isaac, thank you for putting me on blast. Let's go, Raptors. Let's go, Raptors. Thank you for supporting the channel. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, join the channel. It doesn't hurt me. It's great, and it helps the channel, and it is all good stuff. That's right. Laugh out loud. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Let's go, Raptors.